So I know that you do face reading. Can you give me a general idea of what the face tells you?
Well, it virtually it grew up like Topsy in terms of how I did it. It took me about 25 years to put this system together. It was quite a surprise when it first started that so much information would be available immediately upon sight. And then I had to start sorting out, well, what is the information and how does it work? And so what came out of it is what I call the face map, which is what each section of the face provides you information about. And so what I'll do is run through the various sections of the face to describe what each part of the face is doing, and then what I'll leave it at that. So what I'm going to do is to start with the fact that historically, for thousands of years, it's been known by anybody who has made a study of this whole business that there is a vertical line, so to speak, an imaginary vertical line right down the center of the face. What that provides then is a right side of the face, that is the person's face. When you're looking at a photograph or something like that, that will be on the left side of the picture, but it's the person's right side. And then, of course, the left side of the person's face. The right side reflects what it took, essentially, to get through the night, so to speak, when growing up and when living life. In other words, it's kind of like a compendium of all the strategies and tactics and processes and habits and quirks and all of that sort of thing about the way that the individual handles the world or deals with life. In other words, it's how they do things or how they do it. When you put for a small photograph, a business card, or for a larger photograph, an envelope, and then cover the left side of the face, and just let the right side of the face talk to you as you look at it for a while, you'll begin to get a feel for how the individual goes about dealing with the world. That's what the right side of the face shows. Now, move the business card or the envelope and cover now the right side of the face, and what you will get there is, I've said about the right side, my little catchphrase for it is how they do it. For the left side, my catchphrase for it is who's doing it. Because the left side of the face, for some reason, where the person is coming from the socks up, so to speak, is kind of like the motivational system, the emotional system, the interpretational system, the intentional system, and the interventional system. All of that is contained in the who they are side of the face. So when you're watching that, letting it sort of sink in, you are getting basically who is this person, where are they coming from, what drives them, what are their values. In other words, it's kind of like an encapsulated version of the very core of who the person is, their fundamental personality. Then there is another line that I discovered when you do it, if you have a small photograph, take the business card and put it horizontally just above the tip of the nose, covering the eye parts and just leaving the mouth area. That will then expose the part of the face that reflects how the individual relates to the world of people. In other words, their social style, how they deal with people, how they feel about people. But also, interestingly enough, the same part of the face tells you what is the other half of that, which is being that is how the person goes about being with people. Then what you also get in the lower half of there, and it's not the half, it's about the lower third of the face, you get the way that other people regard the person. In other words, who they see the person as being, how they see how they're operating, how they feel about the person, and how they operate in the world, the person operates in the world, and all that sort of stuff. And so the combination produces the thing called the persona, which is the name of the masks that the ancient Greeks used in the beginnings of the theater, when people were so unaware at that time of psychology and people, and they had to use masks that they carried around to convey to the audience what the character was feeling at the time. The persona part of the face, the lower the third of the face, reflects both how the individual deals with people and how they feel about people, and how other people feel about them and deal with them. And so it's kind of like a capsule summary of their entire history of experience with other people, so to speak, and the effects of on the way that they function with other people, and therefore how other people function with them. And then you take the business card or the envelope and cover them with the mouth area from the tip of the nose on down, and that exposes the eyes, which of course have been known for ages as the windows of the soul. That part of the face is very striking when you first look at it. It sort of leaps out at you that you are looking directly into the person's soul. And that's because this area of the face is the existential part of the face. It is what you could describe as what is the person's experience of life, what it's like to be in this body, on this planet, at this time, in living the life that they're living. So it's essentially a sort of capturing of how they feel about it, what it is to be who they are, where they are, and when they are. So it's like a capsule summary of their whole experience of life. As you look at the eyes, they speak to you about that.